Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Bob. I got a great study for you today. So we were at St. Patrick's Day, and my cousin was laughing about how she had an exam, a medical doctor exam, and they measured her height, and they marked down she was shorter this year than she was last year. To which she immediately said, no. Your scale is wrong, and I need you to re-measure me. And they had already moved on to something else. And she was like, she was funny. She was pretty offended. She's like, I can't be shrinking, but the fact is that we do. We lose centimeters due to the hydration in the discs. But if you start to lose more significant than the average, it could be due to posture. You know, I've been preaching for a long time about the discs and your spine, that it has to do with pressure on the nerve. And these nerves are more than just pain nerves. You know, only 10% of that nerve coming out from your disc deals with pain. The other stuff goes to organs. So let's think about in the upper back, in the thoracic spine, where sometimes we'll start to lose posture as we age. Those nerves go to the heart. So here's a great study. This is the 2006 Archives of Internal Medicine Journal, not chiropractic. All right, so they did a study. They looked at 4,213 men and assessed them over 20 years. So it started in like 1978 and 80, and then they remeasured in the 90s. So when they remeasured them, they were about 60 to 79 years old. Okay, so between that first exam that their height was measured to the 20-year follow-up, the average man lost about 1.67 centimeters. So that's the average. So now you're going to have some that are less and some that are more. So in these four groups, 1,471 lost less than 1 centimeter. 1,330 lost 1 to 1.9 centimeters. 807 lost between 2 and 2.9 centimeters. And 605 were 3 centimeters and shorter. Now they did 5 years after that 20-year study. The results showed that there was a risk of death increased with height loss. It was substantially higher in men who had lost 3 centimeters or more. A 64% increased risk of death occurred during the course of the study for those who had lost 3 or more centimeters compared to those who had lost 1 centimeter. So the majority of deaths in these men were cardiovascular disease, heart disease, respiratory disease, non-cancer related deaths. So I've heard it for years. People get adjusted and they leave and they say, I always feel taller. You know, the therapies that we do are meant to stimulate posture, but also when you do an adjustment, there's an increased proprioception to the brain telling your brain where you are. So you're much more aware after an adjustment that you're standing like this and your brain says, stand up, like that's not where we need you. And people notice that they automatically stand, and it's easier to stand taller when they have better alignment after their adjustments. So that just gets to show you that there is a correlation between the pressure on these nerves and the result of some type of disease to the organ that the nerve comes from. Chiropractic is more than just fixing your neck and back pain. Thanks. See you soon.